Round 3. On the play. Hand sucks, but I'm in there. We have a creature, 2 Abzan Charms. I'm in no rush to scry here. So I'll just play out the Citadel. And now I'll scry. Now we're a little flooded, and I believe our opponent is playing a fairly normal Abzan deck. Ator 92, I believe, is from Israel and has been around for a hot minute. And he doesn't really mess around too much, so I'll not be surprised to see Abzan control from our opponent. So we're going to try and give him the beatdowns. Use these Abzan Charms to kind of offset his removal and 1-for-1s. And beat him up in the process. Hero's Downfall. Alright, it's dead. It's dead. We're going to draw 2 here. Uses our mana in the most efficient manner, and then next turn we can pump our Warden and possibly Abzan Charm again, you know, depending on what we draw. So also could have fired it off main and tried to find a Thoughtseize or something, but that seems kind of silly. I think I'd rather just play on my ETB tap land. I'm in no rush to Thoughtseize, really. So Courser, that's a magic card. Mana was a little awkward, so didn't get to actually gain any life or any real value off that thing. So this is good news for us. We have a Herald. That's kind of sweet. Kind of sweet. Abzan Charm makes it less sweet, but no, I still think we're okay. Because yeah, this doesn't like exile this or anything, right? So just make sure I'm not being stupid. To the skies, little Warden. Demons. He's just a human? He doesn't have a class? That's weird. Oh, he gets classes. That's why. Human, warrior, spirits, and demons working side by side. Who would have thought? It would be super awkward. This just gets exiled and I don't get my thing. I'm pretty sure I get my thing. Because that wouldn't make any sense. Why would this get like exiled or just die anyway? Becomes a creature again if it's not attached to a creature. Alright. Bestow is complicated, alright? I haven't played with a lot of bestow things. I don't know all the rules. I know that you can negate this when it's on the stack though. That's a big one. So this isn't looking too bad. You know, we're up some cards. We have this flyer. We're going to hit him for 4, put him down to 11. He might have to take a pain off this Abzan Charm to exile this. We can just still hit him again for 3. Well, I suppose he just waits until our turn. Then we can't really do that, but you know what I mean. Rhino on top. That's not great news for us. But Herald's kind of tight. Is not bad. As long as they're not trying to kill me like my last 2 opponents have been. Herald is actually kind of tight. Does our opponent not have a land? That'd be awesome. Hand is just 13 Elspeths. Man, Herald also goes over Death Mist Raptor, which is pretty sweet. Definitely like that. It's like we haven't gotten to enjoy this. The fact that we put this bestow card in our deck and that it actually is actually going to do some work for us. Oh, this is sweet. I was thinking of a card actually, and that was it. So now, if he's only got 1 removal spell, he has to use it now, and then we get to hit him with Herald. So nice, nice. I like it. Knowing Abzan, I'm sure they have multiple removal spells, so not likely, but we still get to go like Warden and maybe draw some cards with Abzan Charm, so it's not like we should really wait on the Thoughtseize anyway. We're going to have an open mana, so might as well use it. And Thoughtseize is going to resolve. There's a Charm, a Downfall, a Cut, and a Den Protector. So that's a lot of business, a lot of happenings. And I think I just want to take this Murderous Cut because it is the cheapest thing, and that locks our opponent into playing only one spell per turn. So we will select that one. But yeah, I'm enjoying these Heralds in this matchup. This is pretty cool. That's what our opponent have. Put this on the other monitor. 2 Courser. Oh, now he's going to let me attack. All right. 2 Courser, Downfall, Charm, Den Protector. The Rhino on top. Saving that Abzan Charm for later, maybe. So drew a Rhino and just has another Rhino. It's like nothing changed. So no lands for my opponent. Fairly unfortunate. So now our opponent has to decide between trying to kill our stuff or just jamming some Rhinos. I feel like you just want to go like kill spell if possible. But I'm certainly fine with that because it means that I'm not under any pressure and I can just use this Abzan Charm to draw 2 cards. So I think I'm more scared of our opponent just playing a Rhino, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. Opponent would go to 12. We would go to 10. 9 from Herald. Attack our opponent down to 9. Yeah, so there's the Rhino. I did think that that was the best course of action. Now, probably have to use this Charm on his Rhino, especially since he has another one. And then maybe we can just level this Warden up the entire way somehow. Makes it so we can't just like hold or just play Rhino next turn, so we can just pump it up a bunch. Yeah. So, exile this thing. If we don't draw anything too great, we're going to slam this Warden into his Courser and gain some life after fully leveling it. Or at least, you know, leveling it as far as we can. So then that makes his next Rhino not as scary. And then, yeah, he can't hold open mana. Or he has to hold open mana to charm this thing. Which allows me to keep rushing him with Herald. So, like our spot. I think I am like way too attached to using Abzan Charm to draw 2 cards. So it kind of stinks that we had to use it to kill a Rhino, but you know, that is one of the modes on the cards. That is what it does. That is why it's in your deck, because it's not just Signed in Blood. It actually does stuff. And we drew another Warden, which will be fine. It's going to take us some time to level this thing back up. You know, if we don't draw anything, we can just spend our turn doing that, so it's not the worst. Yeah, now he has to keep his mana open to charm my Warden. We're just going to play another one, and then he's going to charm it again, I guess. But in the meantime, we're just pounding him with this Herald. Well, now we drew a Rhino, so we just go Warden level and play Rhino, and I think our opponent's just dead. He, like, doesn't have the mana to handle all of our stuff. So going long, our opponent would have crushed us, but got under him a little bit. Being able to bestow the Herald was pretty nice because it like got us a hit in that turn, and then ended up becoming a threat, which was pretty sweet. Rhino is probably the best draw, and certainly like the last 2 draw steps, Warden into Rhino, are probably the best too. So I will take it. Moo. And a Warden. I just want to F6 a bunch, so we'll just level that thing right now. And our opponent just never hit a land off Courser, which is just bananas. That's absurd. We have too much going on here. Rhino goes up to 5. Maybe he can live a turn, I guess. Has to play Rhino if he wants to live. And yeah, that doesn't do it, I don't think. Especially since he's drawing a Thoughtseize. Oh, this is going to be fun. We're going to side in some collected companies, probably. See how good that card is. Yeah. This matchup is supposed to be so bad. Because, in theory, they have the same stuff as us, except they just have, like, the bigger late game, the Elspeths. But I found that the games play out like this a lot, where the Abzan decks just don't play enough land. Like, Ichikawa's deck had 24 land and 61 cards, which is just absurd to me. Most decks play like 26, even though they added Den Protector, which is effectively a 5-mana card. It's like, you have no shortage of things to use your mana on. You have 5 spells in your hand right now. Why don't you just play more land? I do not understand. Much like the Abzan Charm thing and leaning on the side of playing extra, or leaning on the side of drawing 2, I also lean on the side of playing extra lands, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt, I guess. But I enjoy being able to cast my spells in a timely manner. I like this situation right here where I have a bunch of lands, but I also have a bunch of stuff in play, and I'm hellbent, and you're super far behind. So there's certainly some merit to you know, not playing a bunch of lands and not really getting flooded, but come on. You know, like, the games are mostly about tempo and using your mana efficiently, and I think that playing more lands actually leads to that, especially if you have mana sinks. Like, Herald is a great mana sink, Warden the First Tree is a great mana sink. It's not like even with 7 lands, I'm not going to run out of stuff to do, you know? Like, what if I drew a Death Dealer? I would want all the lands possible. I don't want Death Dealer with 4 lands, because then Death Dealer is not a good Magic card. Death Dealer with 6 lands is a pretty reasonable Magic card, and Death Dealer with 8 is like, you are dead. So, I don't know. I'm done ranting, so I'm going to pause this till our opponent concedes. So our opponent comes back, does make the Rhino play. We draw Thoughtseize. So what is this? It's a Warrior, so I haven't activated the second one. Alright, it's been a minute. Forgot which one I had done and not done. So I think we have to Thoughtseize this Abzan Charm. And then we should be good. So if I hit my opponent down to 1, and yeah, then he would need to hit a land to use for Courser to be able to Abzan Charm something. And then even if he went attack, I could go block. Yeah, so we weren't dead, so we don't need 2 Thoughtseize, but here we are. Alright, get out of there, Charm. We're not going to use our mana for anything else. We'll just level that thing right now. Our opponent must be 10-tabling Magic Online. And our opponent still does not hit with Courser. That is just insane. It is turn 9. Our opponent played Courser on turn 4. So 5 in a row, 6 in a row. Whatever you want to call it. And his hand is Courser, Thoughtseize, and something else that I forget. Was it another Thoughtseize? I don't know. Oh, Den Protector. That's what it was. Just concede. We'll play a new game. Yay! We get to play a new game. Alright. Ultimate Price. You stink. Collected Company. You're great. I think. I hope. Command also stinks. And then things like Boons, Seta, and Wingmate Rock. You're on deck. You are on deck. You might get to go in. Yeah, let's do that. Let's play things and not Thoughtseizes. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 21, 22 hits. Hey, alright. Just want to play a new game. Stop playing slow. Don't think our opponent has any Rabble Masters, so we don't need this main phase stop here. Ugh. Opponent is so slow. Why is this happening? Why must you punish me? I apologize for my deck being too good. Alright, opponent kept 7. Our hand is medium, but Lion is going to draw out a kill spell. We're going to get to Scry. Hopefully hit a 3-drop, Collected Company on 4, maybe Wingmate Rock on 5. Yeah, I guess like Company plus Wingmate Rock is sort of a combo, right? Because it's like, not only does it put 2 things into play, but it's also like an end of turn thing, so they can't really react as well as they would want to, you know? Like, they don't know what they're supposed to be blocking. You know, like, one of the ways I kind of beat Wingmate Rock is, like, if they send in their Death Dealer on 5, I'll just block it, and then they have to either, like, pump their Death Dealer, which kills my guy, but it means they're not going to Wingmate Rock me. But the more likely scenario is that they just, like, bin their guy and play Wingmate Rock, and then it's like, well, I'll kill the actual Wingmate Rock, and then you just have this bird to deal with. And Company just makes it, like, kind of impossible for them to do. Ah, 2 Fleece Main Lions. That's like a 3-drop. Ooh, a Siege Rhino. That's pretty good, too. Yeah, we'll just keep it. We have the double white for the rock. We just need a 5th land. It's hard to turn down a Rhino, you know? Card's so good. So our opponent, again, doesn't have Courser mana. Does downfall us. We'll just play out another Kitty Cat. And we hit our 5th land. So everything's going according to plan. The bad problem, or the bad thing that could be a problem, is if you play Siege Rhino, maybe into Siege Rhino, and then there are these things that we can't really deal with. We're on the back foot, etc., etc. So, not sure if I want to play my own Rhino here or the Collected Company, because Company is almost certainly going to hit stuff that can't actually deal with Siege Rhino. So it kind of seems like I should play a Rhino. And then maybe we can save that Company for later. Maybe if we get Cruxed or something. Be kind of bad. I just want him to kill my Lion. If he kills my Lion, that's great. Then I'll play Company. Maybe find a Herald of Torment, fly over his Rhino. Be great. Everything will be going according to plan. No, not a Rhino. Alright. Playing our own. The Cow Mirror. Now we have 2 things and a Wingmate Rock, so it's pretty unlikely that we don't get to raid this thing. Oh, read the bones. Yes. Love it. Hopefully that doesn't mean that Crux of Fate is coming. It's possible that I should just take a turn off to Monstrous this Lion. Hard to say. Hard to say. Yeah, maybe I just pound him with both. Might be better. I don't really want to get Cruxed. That would stink. Yeah, we'll do this. This is a plan that's a little on the slow end, but I think overall will be better for us. Gives us a little bit more resiliency against his big cards, although he's got plenty of lands. He's going to have plenty of time to deploy his big stuff, so like I think we need that little bit of resiliency. There's an Elspeth, which we can't really beat outside of flyers. So I'm pretty glad that we have this Wingmate Rock. And let's attack him. And now if he has Crux, we're pretty much just dead. Guess I could draw a Herald. Herald on Lion would be pretty sweet. A Mogus's Marauder would be phenomenal. Maybe I should have one of those in the deck to accompany for. Get that Herald, get that Devotion. Give him the business. Well, there's a Den Protector. What is 2 mana? Should I so if he doesn't have a kill spell, I can kill his Elspeth. If that's Den Protector, he can just get it back, though. So I'm not going to be able to kill him in 2 turns, I don't think. So here's 6, puts him to 7. It's possible I could accompany into something like a Herald. But I can always use one of my attacks to ding his Elspeth, too, so he can't ultimate. So yeah, maybe that's not a big concern. So we'll just attack him. And then I guess we scry before casting Company, so he doesn't know that we're actually casting Company. Maybe it's a land and we can just push it. That's good. So presumably heralding back, or Den Protectoring back a Downfall. If we draw a Herald, that'd be insane. Kind of want to put it in off the Company as an aura. If only things worked the way I wanted them to. So our opponent has a Downfall and 2 cards. Still can't really attack. Maybe we'll just hit 2 Heralds. And a Fenz and a Herald. That ain't bad either. Motley Crew here. Okay, so Downfall now, so now that means probably has another removal spell, because otherwise I just Anafenza onto something and kill our opponent here. So did I even bother trying to play around a removal? I don't think so. Because otherwise I have to send both at Elspeth and yada yada. Alright, attack you, attack you, attack you. Might as well attack you with these things as well. And Afenza can put a counter on the Herald, I suppose. Our opponent doesn't have anything. This is kind of a silly game. Fully expecting to go to game 3, but if not, cool. I'll take it. Okay, well, if you only put Rhino on Rhino, that's cool too, and then I can just downfall it, so. Oh no, putting other things on my Rhino. As long as it's not a million things, that's fine. Okay. So now we pass. Removal spell happens. Rats. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15. So that is close to lethal. And if we kill his Rhino, we only hit him for 6. So we have to kill his Elspeth. And then kill him with this flyer, I think. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But Monstrous Lion is lethal. That's a shame. Double removal spell killed me. Oh no, he took a point. Yes. Man, I'm dumb. I almost blew that. I mean, I guess he should have just put more things on his Rhino, on my Rhino, but Ator sent me a message. Yeah. Yeah, he said he misplayed blocking. I told him I didn't notice until the last second. Okay. So should not have won that game probably. That was pretty interesting. Flyers are great is basically it. Elspeth is still scary as hell though, even though I do have a bunch of flyers. So yeah, that was interesting. But hey, 3-0 deck might actually